Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Spider Monkey Eats. Today we're gonna make sausage and peppers, but the way that I make them, so there's a little twist. You're also gonna see some maybe differences in how I cook down my peppers and onions, so you're definitely gonna wanna watch the whole thing. So the first thing is I have my oven preheated. I want to get my sausage in there first of anything. So this is Walden local sausage. Normally I would get hot sausage, but this is what I have to work with today. So more mild. I just put a little bit of crushed black pepper. I have it on a elevated on a little rack just so that whatever juices are gonna cook out of it, any extra fat, you know, that they just are not sitting right on it. So we're gonna put this in the oven. The oven's at 350. We're gonna put this in for 15 minutes. I don't necessarily want it cooked all the way through. It'll be almost fully cooked, but we're gonna finish it with our onions and peppers. So we're gonna put this in, and then we have to let it sit for a while before cutting into it. So I'll explain all of that, but that's why we wanna get this in here, so that it has time to sit before I actually get to the point where I wanna cut it. Also, I have a pan over here heating up. Now we're gonna put some olive oil and we're gonna get our onions started, because that's what I wanna get nice and golden. So you don't have to be crazy on measuring. Just want the bottom of the pan kind of nice and evenly coated. That was probably maybe a quarter of a cup, an eighth of a cup. Once you see it, so you might not be able to tell, but it's kind of softening, steaming, because the pan was nice and warm already. I'm gonna throw my sliced onions in. You're gonna hear that sizzle. So we got our nice sliced onions. That's going in there. I'm gonna move these out a little bit. We can turn it down just a little bit. It's on like a medium-low heat. Okay, these are gonna cook down a lot. So these were 2 large onions sliced. We're gonna let these just kind of sit and do their thing while we finish our peppers, but we are gonna put a little bit of salt and then some fresh ground pepper. If you guys watched my last dinner video, I tell you, you're gonna season almost every layer that you're putting in there, because there's a lot to go around. This already smells amazing. But we just want to mix in these seasonings a bit. And we're just going to let it sit. Alright, so we're going to come over here. So I already cut up 1 green bell pepper. I'm going to do the other. These are nice, beautiful, organic green peppers. I have a Cubanelle pepper. I already cut one up. So these actually normally come a little bit bigger, but they're very mild, not hot at all. But my secret does not go with every sausage and pepper dish, maybe, you wouldn't think, but it's a jalapeno. So I like a little kick. I will put some red pepper flakes in it, you'll see, but the jalapeno definitely is very helpful, okay, in getting that heat up. And then I also have some fresh garlic also. So this was 2 cloves of garlic that I cut up. So first we're gonna turn this on its side. I'm going to cut the top off. Okay, we'll get rid of the inside. And then also, I can take that out. Okay, we're gonna cut in half. And you can always kind of clean this up a little bit. Just because we don't need these lighter pieces of the inside at all. They're not gonna do much for us. All right, so we're going to cut into thin strips. So I'm just gonna cut this in half and then lengthwise thin strips. So watch those fingers, make sure fingertips are tucked in, and then look at these nice little thin strips. So I don't want them crazy long, but medium in length, as you can see over here. Add those to the party. Again, lengthwise, just thin strips. So these, again, are just mild, completely mild. That's why I like the jalapeno, to give it that little extra kick. So this is the top. This is not, you don't want to waste anything. So you definitely can still use this. So we're still gonna we cut it off, but we're just gonna slice this. No reason to waste it. It's perfectly good. You might, out of autopilot, not even think about it and just be like, oh, I cut off the top, that's it. But trust me, use it all. And then this, you can keep it just like this if you'd like to. Nice and simple. And I want these nice and thin, pretty much same size and all. As close to it as possible. Don't need that. And then we're gonna go ahead and cut up our Cubanelle pepper. Alright, so boom, that's out of the way. Now Cubanelle, so these again have already been washed. We can save a little bit of the top too if there's enough, because again, that's still good. We'll take out the inside seeds. These are not hot peppers. Alright, so we're going to slice this in half. And we are going to do, again, our thin slices. Watch those fingers. So the way our cooking order is going to go, we have our onions on, because I want those nice and golden. And then these bell pepper pieces are bigger, so those are going to go in next. So it's going to go biggest to smallest. So our timer is going off. We'll take our sausages out. Again, they do not have to be fully cooked. They're not going to be fully cooked. Taking off this little piece. But we want to let them sit so that we can let the juices in it settle to cut them and finish them cooking with our onion and pepper mixture. So these tops I was mentioning, no need to waste. We can use every little bit except for those seeds and stems. Get off a little bit of that. It looks nice to me. Okay, we're going to use this cutting board for our sausages after. So you can hold on to that. We're going to take those out. Again, they're not going to be fully cooked. Check out those onions. And our sausages, we're going to let these sit. Okay, so good 15 minutes. Depending on your size of your sausage, these are obviously a little bit bigger. So even other ones might golden up more. Regardless, they're fine. They're almost fully cooked. Do not eat these. They're not fully cooked. Okay, we're going to finish them after. So we're going to stir around. Oh, nice golden. Check that out. Boom. That is looking good. These are going to cook down even so much more. But let's add in our bell peppers. Boom. Check that out. So you need a big pan. So this is two decent size. You saw the one I cut up, bell peppers. Okay, I'm going to again season. So some salt, maybe some pepper, and then I'm going to add in some of my other seasonings, which is going to be some minced onion and minced garlic powder, some red pepper flakes. I did mention we were going to put a jalapeno, but we still want some red pepper flakes for some seasoning. Alright, so we will give this a nice stir. Again, the pepper is thicker, so this is going to take a little bit as well. What I'm going to also add in is our garlic. The garlic you don't want to add in too soon because it is so small that you don't want it to like get too overcooked. You want it brown, but you don't want it right on the bottom of that pan the same time you put the onions, because you want the caramelized but not overly like burnt and overcooked. So you're gonna let everything get that flavor, but you're gonna be kind to the difference in size. So what I will do is I cover this. If you have a lid, I mentioned this, that fits every pan in your house, please put that lid on it, but I do not. So I use tin foil and it works just as good. Once these get a little bit more golden, I also, instead of just covering them, what the secret is you're gonna add some water in here. A few times even. And that is gonna cook these down a crazy amount, and they're gonna be the best onions and peppers you ever had, okay? I promise you that. So you can do this with steak, you can do this with sausage, you can make a sandwich. Today we're gonna put it over some rice, some basmati rice, and I'm actually gonna flavor the rice with a little bit of parsley puree. I did not make the puree, you can. But I have a new kind that I'm gonna try. So we're gonna mix that in once the rice is done, and we're gonna put the sausage and peppers over rice. You can always put sausage and peppers over pasta if you want to. There's a brown rice pasta that I like to use if I have pasta. So feel free to do that. If you're a sandwich kind of guy or gal, feel free to make a sandwich. Check these out, but they're gonna cook down so much more and they're gonna be so much better. You're gonna be like, why did nobody ever tell me that before? Okay, but these are the secrets. So you gotta watch it from start to finish. So since these peppers are bigger, we're gonna let these have some time. I am going to cover these with some tin foil, and then we'll be back to check on them. The sausage we're gonna let sit for a while, probably like the next 10 minutes, not even a rush. The sausage is the last thing I'm gonna add back in there. We're gonna slice those up, you'll see, and then we're gonna finish them in here once we're further down the line in the process. Okay, but these other peppers, we're gonna add those in once these peppers cook down a little bit. All right, so the sausage has been cooling. We're gonna put that on our cutting board so it cools even more. Again, this is not fully cooked, it's almost completely cooked, but not fully. We are going to check on our peppers. Okay, boom. So we covered that with some tin foil, or again, if you do have a nice cover, do so. We can add in our other pepper. So this allowed it to cook down golden. Yum. This is going to cook down even more. So we're going to add our last two peppers. Look at that nice golden color. Love it. All right, so this is our Cubanelle peppers, our 2 mini ones cut up. We're going to also add our jalapeno. So about the jalapeno, the seeds are where the heat are, or the heat is. So if you don't want a lot of heat, take out some heat and also, or take out some seeds and also the stem. So I didn't use absolutely everything, but most of it you still see a lot in there because I wanted that kick. That's why I used that jalapeno. But just so you know, that's where the heat comes from. Also, I used one glove on my hand when I did this. So if you are a contact wearer, if you're somebody who wears contacts, the oil of jalapenos will still stay on your skin. So you're touching your eye to get those contacts out. This is just like an FYI useful tip. I'll put a glove on that one hand and I'll only touch the jalapenos that I'm cutting, and the knife won't. My knife hand will stay clean, okay? But just an FYI. So if you don't want the oils to remain on your hands even after washing them, wear a glove. These jalapenos definitely have those hot oils. So we're stirring all these in. Let's season again because a new layer has gone in. Just a little bit more salt, some pepper. We're going to put some of our other seasonings in. We're going to let these guys golden up a bit before I show you my other little secret. So we did put some jalapeno, but we are going to add some red pepper flakes. Not a crazy amount. You can always add more. And again, you want to be mindful of the seeds that went into the jalapeno. This is just some minced garlic. We're just going to put a bunch of that. We have some fresh, but again, there's never too much garlic. In my opinion, you may not agree, but if you're Italian, you probably agree. Okay, so here's some minced onion. So some dried onion flakes. Love it. Can't go wrong. The butter is going to come into play after. We kind of like finish it off with that, and I told you we're going to add some water in here. So after these get like a little bit of golden color and the flavors from everything, we're going to start adding some water so that these are going to cook down even more. So this is going to take a little bit of time. So this is something, a dish you want to make when you know you have time, to let it just like, let the time work its magic, not like something you're rushing. In the meantime, we're still letting that meat, the sausage, rest because there's no rush. I'm getting that in here. That's the last thing. The last like few minutes. Oh, so these are looking good. So, gotta let these keep cooking, golden up a little bit. Don't mind my man down. Okay, we'll leave it uncovered just so it crisps up a little bit. Then we're gonna add some water. So I'll show you guys that in a few minutes, and we're gonna cover it again and let it cook for a while. Alright, so these have been cooking. We added in the Cubanelles, the jalapenos. They look phenomenal. So a lot of people would serve it like this, and that would be great. But we're going to cook it down even more. So the secret, I'm going to show you guys, we're going to add some water. So I have a cup here of water. I'll probably do like a half a cup first. You're going to let it cook for a while. If I need more, I can add more. Stir down so all that flavor is just going to cook in everything. Make these cook down. You know what? So that half cup, this is a big pan. We're just going to do that full cup. You're going to be like, wow, that's a lot of water. It's not going to water anything down. All the flavors are going to come together. We can season a little bit more now. See the little bubbling? Okay, we're going to cover this. This is going to, all that water is going to cook out. Okay, it's going to cook down, but it's making everything come down. So let's put a little bit more salt, a little bit more pepper. Okay, now we're also going to put a little bit of butter. That is also just going to bring everything together. Just a little bit. Don't need a lot. Okay, so maybe that's like a half of a tablespoon. I don't know how we measure butter, but not too crazy. That's all going to spread out. Don't need to add any more of that. Okay, so let's mix it in. That's what's going to bring it together. So the butter actually definitely is key. So that's unsalted butter, but it's definitely a key to like make everything come together. So I just want to add a little bit more of my garlic powder. See that nice little boil there? Okay, we're going to cover this. This is all going to marinate together. Come nice and lovely. So a little bit more of my onion flakes. And we're good to go. Then we're going to let this just sit. That's all going to cook down. That water's going to cook out. And in the meantime, we can cut up our sausage. Okay, we let that sausage sit for a while because we don't want any juice to run out. So we'll cover that. And we'll come over here. Let me grab just a little bowl. Okay, so I like to slice these like on an angle. That's just my thing. Okay, so again, this is not fully cooked. Okay, it's almost there, but we're not gonna like, if you have any pickers in your family, no picking at the sausage, okay? Because we need this to cook a little bit more. But see how none of the juices is like pouring out? Because we let it sit. That's why you let meat rest. Okay, it's gonna finish cooking with the onions and peppers. So you don't have to do the angle, but it just makes it pretty and elegant looking. But obviously, as you see, not fully cooked. Gonna need some more time, but you always want to partially cook it and then throw it in there. So we'll finish cutting these. We'll give the onions and peppers a few seconds to cook out that water, and then I'll bring you guys back when we're gonna add these in. Alright, so we cut up our sausage. We've been letting our water cook down, but I want these water flavors, look at that, oh, yum, to cook into our sausage, to finish cooking. So it's gonna finish cooking in here. So that's why I was saying it's not cooked all the way through. Do not pick at it, okay? Because I want it to get all these lovely flavors to finish off. Okay, so also going to season, because now we just added our sausage in. So just a little bit more salt, a little bit more pepper. That's all we need. All the other flavors are in there. But we want every layer to have some flavor. Okay, so I want to stir it around, make sure it's evenly coated, but I can cover this again to make sure, let all those flavors see, way less water than before. Still going to continue cooking out. All those juices are going to cook into our sausage, so it gets all those flavors. See the little bubbles? Alright, so we're going to recover this with our nifty tin foil. Let that cook for a few more minutes, like 3 to 5 minutes. Keep an eye on it. And then we are going to plate our food and enjoy our dinner. So I'll see you guys soon. Alright, so our sausage and peppers are done. Okay, the last few minutes I took the foil cover off so that it could kind of let some of the water cook out and more juices that came in once the sausage started cooking with everything. And then I took it off the heat and I'm letting it sit. So I let it sit for about like 5 minutes. So we're gonna start with our rice. So I will show you guys. So I mixed in and I'm gonna show you what I added. This is basmati rice. Put this right here. This is the first time ever trying this. I got it from Misfit Market, their marketplace. This is organic parsley, so it's a stir and puree. So really excited to try that. But we're going to mix that, or we did mix that in with our basmati rice. So can't go wrong, you know, with some parsley flavoring, with some sausage and peppers. But I like to put it over rice. That's what I always do. Again, you can do it with some pasta. We're going to put this over some rice. All right. Now, for the final attraction. So we have our sausage and peppers. Okay. So the more this sits, the thicker the liquid's gonna get anyways, but that is why I have something underneath it that's gonna soak it up. So, yum, check that out. And the sausage and peppers cook down so much because of that water. And again, the more this sits, the more that's gonna thicken up anyways. Check this out, look at that. So like they could have been done before earlier when I said, but the more you cook them down, you'll see how phenomenal these taste. You can mix in a red and a green pepper, but I want to show you guys my go-to mixture. So I have just some Parmesan. So we're just going to sprinkle a little bit on top. Not necessary. Don't always do this, but why not if you have it? Okay. And then a little bit of some fresh ground pepper. And a tiny little bit of salt. We're gonna give it a try. Check this out though. Look at that. Boom. That is sausage and peppers with some parsley flavored basmati rice. So we're gonna try to get a little bite of everything. Got some pepper, onion, a little bit of rice in there. Let's see. So good. Sausage is perfect. Not overcooked. Everything's very, very flavorful, not too hot by any means. Actually, if you like kick, you could actually add some more red pepper flake on top if you like more of a kick, because I didn't put all of the seeds of the jalapeno, but I did put a lot of them. So that's my little secret addition for adding some heat. So makes it not fully an Italian dish, I guess some would consider, but it's still pepper. So it's great. So I hope you guys maybe make this creation. You can do the sausage and peppers like I mentioned if you want it on a sandwich, a roll, over pasta. You could do steak with the peppers this way, whatever you want to do. A good addition that I didn't add tonight, but I do like to add in sometimes, is some mushrooms. So if you slice up some mushrooms, it's really good with the peppers and onions. So good addition with steak, definitely good addition with sausage as well. It just depends what spin you're going for. So if you guys are going to try this video, if you liked it, if you like sausage and peppers, give this video a thumbs up so I know. Leave me a comment if you have any questions or if this looks delicious to you. You know, whatever. I want to see your guys' dishes. So if you do make this, definitely get in touch with me via social media. Tag me, Real Spider Monkey. That's right on Instagram. But any way to get in contact is listed below this video. And if you like our videos, if you want to keep seeing Spider Monkey Eats and never miss an episode, definitely subscribe to our channel, Ultimate MMA Plus. Hope you guys liked it. Hope you guys try this. This is our sausage and peppers over some basmati rice.